In the studio with us, we have Mr. the legendary drummer. He been inducted in a couple of Hall of Fames here, one in Canada, one here in Chicago, and Brazil, and wherever else he is, Mr. Merle Perkins. Say hi to the folks, Mr. Perkins.
Hey, what's going on, Chicago land?
Right. Excuse me. We also have Miss, what's her name? What's her name, young lady?
We got Miss Tomiko Dixon, the granddaughter of the blues, the one and only up in this piece. You know Mr. Sir Henry.
Yeah, just messing with Tomiko, yeah. And we have Mr. Dave Jeb Madlener. Madlener, okay, just like it's spelled. He with the City Blues Society, he's here. They got a show coming up down in the Lions at some point, and they're going to be chatting about that. And I'll probably be trying to give away a couple of tickets to that. If I don't do it this week, I get there because the show is in September, right?
Oh, yes, sir.
Right, so I got time, so don't try to get them all at once. Brother Merle Perkins, talk to me. Tell me a little bit about you. I see there, somebody said that you bought them their first drums.
Did I what?
You bought them their first drums.
Oh, yeah, that was Duran Thomas, my best friend that has took me to the Philippines last year twice.
Yeah. Okay, you going back over there this year or not?
No, I think he's going back by himself. I seen him advertise it on Facebook. Mm-hmm. He's going to be playing drums. He has started playing guitar, but he's an excellent drummer.
Oh, you think he replaced you?
Well,
he said he learned from you. He learned from you.
It takes a lot of money, man. You know, Manila's a third world country, so they paid my way over there, but they couldn't afford to have me over there again. You know.
There's so many, what the hell they got? They use pesos, don't they? What the hell they use in the Philippines? Anyway, they got so many of them, and that's just, they ain't got it in the budget for this, huh? Yeah. So, tell us about you. You know, you're a Kansas boy?
Yeah, I'm from Kansas City, Kansas.
Yeah.
Where they got all the crazy little women. Somebody had to get one like me.
That's from Missouri, isn't it?
Kansas City, Kansas.
Yeah, right. That was the 12th Street.
Yeah, that's right across the bridge.
Yeah.
Actually, I was born in 1945 in Kansas City, Kansas. My late mother was born in Kansas City, Missouri.
Okay.
And back when I was 10, I moved to St. Louis, Missouri for about 11 years. And when my mother used to take me to parades, she didn't know I liked drums. I'd go crazy when the drums came by. So I saw the drum corps practicing in the schoolyard. And I said, man, that's what I wanted to do. But back then, you know, I had that fried and dyed and laid to the side process. And when I went to the practice, they said, man, you got to cut all that hair off, man, because this is more like military, VFW, Veterans of Foreign War.
Yeah.
So I went and cut all the hair and came back. They said I was serious about being in drum corps, man. That's where it all began for drums for me, being in drum corps. As a spirit of Afro-American drum corps called the Spirit of St. Louis. And I moved to Chicago in 1964. And I don't know if you ever heard of Joe Cato, but he wrote the song for Golden Green, Plain and Simple Girl. And I used to go to the Owls Lounge on 47th Street and State, and I used to beat in the chair. And he said, man, you got some good hands. He said, why don't you learn how to play the drums? So I bought my first drum set on 43rd under the L there off of Prairie. Little cheap drum set, and that's where it began. And then I started meeting Johnny Dollar, and, you know, Buddy Scott Brothers. Buddy Scott kind of showed me how to play a shuffle.
Okay.
But see, I went to school for reading drum corps. They write the music out, so I know how to read. And I'm the first drummer in the 70s that played double bass drums, and my idol drummer is Billy Cobham. And so he was the first Afro-American I've seen play with my Victor's orchestra. And I said, I'm going to try that, double bass drum. So I was the first drummer to do that in Chicago. You know, so then all the drummers would come and checking me out with the double bass drums. And then they brought the double foot pedals out and then Lemon Lake carrying that other bass drum. So now all these young drummers are playing the double foot pedals today. But I inspired a lot of young drummers like Charles Taylor when I was playing double bass drum, and Sammy Fender, and his son, Sticks Taylor. I was one of his mentors. Now he stays in Las Vegas, and man, he called me Uncle Merle. He said, man, I learned everything from you. And then I just went to the blues the other night, and the bass player from Machine Company was just talking to everybody. He said, man, this cat here is the cat to listen to the drums, man, you know. Because all the drummers today are playing gospel chops, you know, but gospel chops are good, but if you heard one, you heard all of them. But I play drum corps. I call my drum solos drum corps style, talking drums.
Okay, I see we get our guest is on the line now. Tomiko, you want to introduce him? Our guest who's on the line calling in.
Who on the line calling in, Mr. Sir Henry Cheatham, sir?
Hey, just talk about it. Say hello to him. Say hello to our guest. How you doing?
Hello, guest. How are you? You're on the line with the granddaughter of the blues.
How you doing, Brother Jimmy, right? I don't hear him there. Gerald. Hey, is he there?
Oh, no, it looks like my godfather, Marshall Thompson of the Shy Lights, is on the line.
I'm not sure who's on the line. Well, no,
y'all better give my godfather.
Okay.
Hey, what's going on? It's Godfather Vocal Group Marshall Thompson Shy Lights.
Hey, how you doing, Brother Marshall?
Hey,
how you doing?
All right, welcome to the show. Glad to have you there.
Look like you got a great show there. Listen to the guy on the drums talking about Scott Brothers back in the day, you know.
Yeah.
Well, he was talking the right stuff. He wasn't telling nothing wrong. Everything he was telling you was right.
That's right. That's right. You're a drummer, huh?
I started off with Gladys Knight in 1958.
That's right. Brother Marshall's a drummer, too. Okay. So you know what he's talking about, huh, Brother Marshall?
Yeah, every word he said was right on the right on.
Yeah, okay.
I see you got Tomiko down there. She is a super woman that's coming up to help all the youngsters. She reminds me of the time when we had when Perkins Band had us in the Jackson 5 at the Regal Theater when I introduced him to Bobby Taylor, taking him to Motown. He did a great job there. But she's following right in the footsteps.
That's a good thing. We need that.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you very much, Brother Marshall, for your call. Okay.
Thank you all. Have a good one. Have a good night.
All right. We're sorry about the passing of your friend, too. I know that you were close to him. All right.
Yeah,
take care of yourself. All
Thank
right.
you.
You take it easy now.
Thank you.
All right.
Love you, Pops.
All
Love
right. Okay. Okay. We're getting ready to go to the top of the hour in about 3 minutes. So, Tomiko, so you got a new CD coming out?
Yes, I just dropped a new release that I just entered into the Grammys the other day. So everybody, please keep your fingers crossed for me. Hopefully I'll get nominated and win. So it's a 2-song release that I did. It's called Living in the Blues. It's out on CD Baby, Amazon, all that good stuff. And you can listen to it for free on YouTube. So every time you click, I get paid. So click away, okay? So I was able to record my grandfather's song, I'm Ready, which is a blues classic tradition. I had some help from Eddie Cole Band out of Germany. I called these cats. They came in and did a show with myself and the original Chicago Blues All-Stars, which is my grandfather's original blues band. We were down in Motor Road. They came in, I saw these cats, and I said, yeah, they got what it takes. So I called Steve Wagner, Delmark. I'm like, Steve, we got a day in the wake-up. Can we get it done? We got it done. We recorded that. I'm Ready. Did so much of it down at Delmark with Eddie Cole Band, and then I got Brenda Taylor, Eddie Taylor's oldest daughter, on there helping me out with the background music, and then I took it to Memphis to put the Memphis horns on there, and we sealed it tight at Arden Studios. So
that's good.
Yeah.
Dave, tell us a little bit about your organization.
The Windy City Blues Society. We're a 501c3 not-for-profit public charity based in Chicago. We do our best to promote the blues in Chicago, and we're hosting our first blues festival, the Windy City Blues Fest. It'll be September 22nd and 23rd in Lyons, Illinois, in the Cook County Forest Preserves in Cermak Park. And you can find out more information about the festival at windycitybluesfest.org. We've been around for about 9 or 10 years. We've been providing music at the Chicago Blues Festival, approximately 22% of all the live performances for the last 7 years at the Chicago Blues Fest. And so we're really looking forward to this festival. And Tomiko has been doing a great job in helping us organize and put it together and help us with our lineup and doing the things that her granddad did. She's doing it now, helping us. And we're grateful for that.
Yeah. Tell you what, guys, we're going to go to the top of the hour. We're going to the news, and we'll be back to continue this conversation. You're listening to Classic Blues and R&B here on WVON 1690 AM. I was reading a story about a man down in Florida. Now, you all tell me this. Now, I've heard jokes before in the past about stuff like this. There was a Florida man with no arms arrested on suspicion of stabbing a tourist. He's 46. He said he used his feet to paint and allegedly used his feet again to stab a tourist after midnight on Tuesday night down there. So he stabbed a man with his, that's what he used, his toes. I've seen people use that, So that's what he used to do that. This remind me of the old joke that was, I think it was 3 guys. One guy had no arms, one guy had no eyes, and one guy had no feet. So they were standing around arguing. This guy said, if you do that again, I'm going to smack you. That's the guy with no arms. That's what he told the guy. And the guy with no feet said, I guarantee you, if you do that, I'm going to break my foot off in you. And the blind man said, let me step up here so I can see this crap. Hey, so it may be true, Yeah, so that's sometimes these things go around that way. And we're in the studio here. We got our guest here, Mr. Merle Perkins, Miss Tomiko. Tomiko Dixon. And Mr. Dave. Yeah. And Dave think I'm not going to get his name right this time. Madlener. Madlener.
I'm a Southsider too, not a Midlander, but a Southsider.
I don't feel bad. I was Shamika. When I first came to the show, he called me Shamika. I said, I'm not Shamika, but that's not a bad person for you to compare me to. So I'm okay with that. So I see Shamika at the Grammy event, and she told me, she said, oh, I just had a baby. I said, no, honey, we just had a baby, okay? Because as soon as she had this baby, everybody was hitting me up on Facebook telling me congratulations on my new bundle of joy. I told her, so, I'm quite sure I owe some child support, okay? Because we really just had a baby. It was something else.
And you look so good, too.
I know, thank you. I mean, I just went right back to,
went right back to the same old thing.
And nothing wrong with that. All right, back to our studio guests here. We're going to chat some more now. Come on, guys, talk to me. Tell me a little bit. We got a guest on the line, too. Punch him up. Gerald, punch him up, please. All right, Tomiko, you know who he is. Hey,
hello, caller. How are you? This is Tomiko Dixon, the granddaughter of the blues. And thanks for calling in today.
Hello there, Tomiko.
Hey, Jimmy.
Hello there, Tomiko. How you do today, dear?
I'm doing all right. I'm just trying to make $1 out of 15 cents.
You know how we do.
You know
First of all, I'd like to say hi to the WVON family. I love you. And to the great Mr. Sir Henry Cheatham. We appreciate your format. And I'd like to take a few minutes to just say how much of a great talent Tomiko Dixon is. She's absolutely terrific. I've been knowing her a long time. And she's one of those type of artists, I'd say, that's right up there with Chaka Khan, right up there with Whitney Houston. Ooh. She's just a wonderful woman.
You're putting her in some tall grass there. We got to see if we can get her out of there.
Hey, you know how we do.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, what we want to make sure, though, that we, along with people like the great Marshall Thompson and Gene Chandler, the real people that are behind her and her music, we want to make sure we give them a shout out, and
that's right.
And we all appreciate what Tomiko is bringing forth in the blues world. We want to keep that blues alive, and we have people like you and the WVON family making sure that we do just exactly that.
That's sweet, Jimmy. Thank you so much.
Well, you know how we do. As a matter of fact, I remember Tomiko, we first met a lot of years ago. I'm not going to give our ages away, but a long time ago, and, she was just a great artist on her own. I never knew that she were Willie Dixon's granddaughter for a long time. I did work with her just on her wonderful voice alone. So she's a star within herself, and you got to give her a lot of credit for that. She's just absolutely terrific artist.
Well, thank you very much. Tomiko, introduce your guest.
Yeah, so this is Jimmy Slaughter. Jimmy is the first person that ever discovered me singing. I guess that's the way I want to put it.
Okay.
Like, we were hanging out one day, and he made me sing he made me sing this song. I didn't want to sing it. He had me sing Fantasia's Baby Mama. He's like, I'm going to take you out here to my studio, and we're going to record on it was a tape deck that we recorded on.
Dang.
And I always had a passion for singing ever since I was younger, but the family never pushed me, in that direction. They was more so, go to school to be a doctor, go to school to be a lawyer. So, I was working for Homeland Security at the time, and we went into his studio, home studio, and we recorded me, and I listened back to it, and I was like, oh, my God, I sound good. And next thing you know, hey, I'm the granddaughter of the blues. I mean, what can I tell you?
Take it and run
But
with it.
thank you for that, Jimmy. Thank you for that. Thank you for
Oh,
seeing
you're very,
that.
very welcome. But the thing about it was, at that particular time, we did all of our artists on the tape, because if it didn't sound right on the cassette tape, we knew it wouldn't sound good on the tap scan board. So she passed all the tests with flying colors, but that's the type of artist that she is. She's extremely talented, and we love her, and from Chicago,
That's
from the
right.
South Side.
You know it.
And we want to make sure that she becomes the greatest artist that ever existed in this town, and she's going to do so. That's for sure.
You know it, baby.
Yeah, well, that's good. And she does have the spirit to go after it. So.
Oh, yeah, I get to cracking Sir Henry Cheatham,
Yeah,
sir.
she does that. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much, Brother Jimmy. Tell you what, we're going to play some music here. We got Merle Perkins' song over there ready to go. Gerald, you got it ready? Okay. Ready.
Sir Henry Cheatham, thank you.
And thank you very much, Brother Jimmy. Thank you for calling in. We appreciate that.
Yep. Bye, Tomiko.
All right, baby, love.
Love.
That's a good thing. All right, you're listening to Classic Blues and R&B, folks, as the program continues to move on this Sunday morning. We're getting you ready for church, so don't forget that. We like to take you out on a Saturday night, bring you in on Sunday morning, and clean you up. You're listening to Classic Blues and R&B on WVON 1690 AM.
Hey Chicago, this is Ernie Ozzie of the Ozzie Brothers, and you're listening to Sir Henry on Classic Blues.
Wavy hair, I know you think I ain't nowhere, but stop what you're doing, Big Daddy, come over here. I prove to you, baby, that I ain't no square, 'cause I'm ready. I'm ready as anybody can be. Ooh, I am ready for you. I hope you're ready for me. frank, I wish you would. It takes a whole lot of loving to make me feel good. 'Cause I'm ready. I'm ready as anybody can be. Ooh, I am ready for you. I hope you're ready for me. I'm ready. I'm ready as anybody can be. I'm ready. I'm ready as anybody
right, you just heard our studio guest here, Percolating. That's Merle Perkins. You also heard our other studio guest here, Miss Tomiko Dixon. And she says she's ready. Now, I don't know what she's ready for. She says what are you ready for?
I'm ready for the world.
Oh,
I'm ready to take this blues mainstream to the next level. I just got good news yesterday about my up-and-coming reality show, The Real Chicago Blues. And it looks like we'll be heading out this fall. So it'll be myself and B.B. King's granddaughter and Muddy Waters' daughter and Chicago Blues All-Stars and Sir Henry Cheatham.
I'm going to be on your...
Guys.
Wait a minute. I'm going to be on your...
Yeah.
Oh.
It's going down. I keep telling you that.
I didn't know that.
Oh, you better know it, boo.
Now, where are we celebrating your
I
birthday?
have a loyalty to everyone that's been helping me with my career, so I'm going to make sure, I bring it back home.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And your birthday party.
Yeah, and my birthday party, September the 22nd in Lyons, Illinois, with the City of Lyons and the Windy City Blues Society. It's going to be the first annual Windy City Blues Fest. Oh, yeah. I mean, we're trying our best. We're doing our best to make sure that we blow this one out of the water, you guys. So.
Ain't no water down there, is it?
Yeah, it's water down there.
There's actually a lake on the festival
grounds,
and the Des Plaines River runs right past it, so there's plenty of water.
Right in the water, baby.
All right, okay.
You can go fishing. You can launch a canoe.
Okay.
You can take a kayak.
Yeah, so we got so many artists on this festival. Lord have mercy. I mean, we got over 40 artists.
Got over 40 artists. I saw the other day somebody advertising the Prairie Dog Blues Festival, which is a great festival, but they put in big bold letters, 12 artists. And I thought, man.
Y'all got 40?
We got 40.
Over 40
Two
artists.
stages, 2 days. We start at 11 o'clock on Saturday. We go to 11:30 at night out in the woods.
Okay.
And then Sunday we start back up at noon. We want to make sure everybody has a chance to go to church, so we start at noon. And we go till about 7:30 at night and give folks a chance. Oh, and then there's an after party at Waterworks Pizza and Tavern. And shout out to Waterworks. We just got a nice big donation from Waterworks Pizza and Tavern today for the Blues Festival.
Waterworks.
Thank you, Waterworks. It takes money to make the blues happen.
Yes, it does. Yes,
Make
it does.
all,
But we have
know.
a lot of great artists, myself included. My original Chicago Blues All-Stars, Nellie Travis, Eddie Taylor's family, Brenda, Demetria, and Eddie Taylor Jr.,
Yeah.
of course. We even have a new blue band, which is Mark Maddox and Carlise Guy, Buddy Guy's daughter, Lori Bell, what's
The Ben Miller Band. They're kind of psychedelta.
Psychedelta.
You've heard of psychedelic, but you've heard of Delta Blues. They're kind of psychedelta, and it's a group that you just won't be able to stand still. It'd be like you got the St. Vitus stance. They're constantly making you move. Matthew Curry is playing, and we got Deke Harp. He's gonna. Jemiah on fire. Jemiah Rogers is playing with his dad, and that's a beautiful story right there. That's a beautiful family.
I've had him here. He's a good young man.
Great young man. He'll be playing. We've known him for a number of years, and Matthew Curry and Deke Harp out of Clarksdale. He plays his diddly bow. I told him, I said, Deke, make sure you
diddly bow.
Diddly bow.
Okay.
I said, make sure you get your diddly bow all greased up and ready.
But yeah, and that's the 22nd, and then the 23rd. We have Demetria Taylor performing that day, and we have the International Blues Challenge.
Yeah, the Chicago Blues Challenge. So that's on Sunday on the second stage, and that's actually not set yet. So folks who do play the blues and have a band and who have not won a WC Handy or a Blues Music Award, they can apply and be part of the festival. Just send an email to the Windy City Blues Society at gmail.com, a way for us to listen to some of your music, and it's a possibility they could be part of the festival themselves. The winner then goes on to Memphis to represent the Blues Society in the city of Chicago, and in the International Blues Challenge, which is just such a beautiful event. Over 200 musical acts from around the country and around international acts that come and show up, and it's a great event in Memphis in January, and it's a great opportunity, the Chicago Blues Challenge, to get down there.
All right, Merle, tell us a little bit about that song, The Percolator.
Yeah, The Percolator because my last name is Perkins. And I arranged that song. And when I had my band, Merle Perkins and the Percolators, from 1990 to 1997, I would have a coffee pot on stage, and we put an incense in there that would smoke while we were playing the percolating song. Open up with that, and actually I had a great guitar player. You probably heard him. Pistol Pete was in my band. I took Pistol Pete air all over the world, man. I took him everywhere. He's a tremendous hot guitar player. And I forgot to mention the guy that I bought the drum set for was D.K. Thomas, which he's the drummer, and he started playing guitar. And he took me to the Philippines last year. Took me there in May and also took me there in November. And I did a TV show, they advertised a TV show and advertised. We got the legendary Merle Perkins coming here to the Philippines. That's all on YouTube. You can find a lot of stuff on me on YouTube on Merle Perkins the Percolator. Or you can go to Google and put Merle Perkins Blues in there, and I'm all over the place. Also on Band Mix, on Twitter, Daily Motion. It never ends.
Yeah, I see you. I'm sorry, Merle. Go right.
Yeah. And then I'm doing a show with my band August the 25th in LaSalle, Illinois, and I think it's a place called the Steakhouse. And they already got the advertising. Jimmy Burns is playing there. Also James Armstrong. And also Mike Wheeler band is playing there. But the other people I don't know. But they have bands are going through from all the way from June all the way to August. They got different bands. But they got the main pictures, which I'll be posting it on all the blues sites when they get close to that date. And
and speaking of Mike Wheeler Band is also going to be on our showcase on September the 22nd.
Mike Wheeler.
Yeah, they'll be there representing the Mike Wheeler Band, and then after that they will bag Nellie Travis and Lori Bell. So that's going to be hot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mike Wheeler is one of the great ones, and he's working all over the place,
Yeah.
Quite professional. Probably one of the best professional bands around in Chicago for the blues. And that bass man, what's his name?
Larry
Williams, is that
Larry
it?
Williams, yes.
Man, that is the best daggum bass player.
Yes, he is.
I think in the galaxy. I think in the Milky Way. He's probably the best bass player in the Milky Way. I'll just say that.
And he's left-handed.
Yeah, he's left-handed.
Yeah, you're right.
He saved my behind because when I was doing that IRS song, I had a band that I was working with. They flaked out on me. They couldn't get it. And so I had 2 days in a wake-up to get that song done. The budget was already paid down in Memphis. And I called Larry Williams, and I sent him a song with me snapping my finger. And Larry came and said, baby, listen, I got something for you. I'm going to meet you at the studio. And we got up in there, and we put that song down, and that's my hit, You Don't Want to Mess with the IRS. So Larry Williams, I'm telling you, he saved my little tail. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he always talks about me every time I'm playing. Man, this cat here, we complimented each other all the time, and stuff. He loves when I sit in with them. My friend from Jiba that comes from Brazil. Actually, it's a recording that we sit in. Jiba is a great guitar player out of Brazil, out of St. Paulo, Brazil, and they the one that had me over as a special guest in 2013 as a special guest artist.
Yeah, Merle, I noticed you something about, and sometimes people don't even think about this. Now, like I noticed you got an endorsement for a cymbal.
Yeah, I got a Soul Tone cymbal endorsement.
Yeah.
And I had a Silver Fox stick endorsement, but the guy, Al, passed away. That was out of Key West, Florida. Another company took it over up in Maine, but then I tried to contact them. I sent they said they were honoring the contract, but I could never get a hold of the guy. So then my friend, which is Grant, he's got a fine tuning. He does drums in Homewood. He has a studio out there. He hooked me up with February the 12th doing an interview in Liverpool, England, and they played my song "Funk the Blues" before they did the interview. Actually, this is right here. This interview here. This is the fifth one. I think the fifth one or the sixth one I have done, and then also Lynn, when she does Heartland Cafe. She did say they just built a studio, so she's going to contact me and she want me to come and do an interview there. But she want me to perform and play with the band, bring a band and play.
So you still got your band, or you just pick up pieces?
Yeah, I'm doing that. Like I said, I'm doing that gig in August 25th in LaSalle, Illinois, with Merle, Perkins and the Percolators.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go to the top of the hour, guys. We're going to come back and continue to chat with the Chicago Blues Hall of Famer, Merle Perkins, and their granddaughter.
The youngest inductee into the Chicago Blues Hall of Fame.
And the best-looking one.
Yeah.
You better know it, baby.
Yeah, she is. Okay. Got a couple of studio guests here. Mr. Merle Perkins, the great drummer. I don't know if he's drummer or percussionist. Which one you? Okay, straight up drum, all right. And Miss Tomiko Dixon, the grandchild of the grandchild, not godchild, the grandchild. She's godchild of Marsha Thompson, but she is the granddaughter of the great Willie Dixon, the old hoochie coochie man, and a whole bunch of other stuff he did. And we have Mr. David Madlener. I got it right that time? All right, Madlener. He was the Chicago Blues, Windy City Blues Society. And they got a festival coming up in September. And we're glad to have him on here. And then Tomiko, that's her birthday. And she will be celebrating her birthday month down there in Lyons, Illinois. Where's Lyons?
There's Lions right there.
And you'll find the woods somewhere to go off into.
Yeah, big park out there. It's a water park as well. Mm-hmm. So they got slides for the kids, and a lot of families come out there with the kids and enjoy the water park and the forest preserve. And it's right there, right off of Ogden, or they call it Walter Payton Highway.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's Persian Road and Ogden. So
yeah, like 39th.
Like 39th between Harlem and Ogden, basically, right there, the Forest Preserve.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then, the September the 22nd and the 23rd, those are the last days of summer. So, I know everyone's going to come out and patronize us because, this is going to be the last big party of the summer, you guys.
It's going to be a hot day that day, right?
Yes, it is.
That's going to be in line?
Well, actually, yeah.
Okay.
Those the last 2 hot days. After that, it just go downhill.
Oh, Lord.
You start going back into the 60s and the 50s.
Yeah, the weather for that day is sunny, and I think they said 70 degrees for both days. Sunny and 70 degrees.
Yeah,
I thought 75. I saw it said 75 somewhere.
Yeah, it did say 75, 80.
And what time does it start?
11 o'clock. 11 till 11. Both days.
11 in the morning?
11 in the morning on Saturday till 11:30 at night. Then on Sunday starts at noon. Got to give people a chance to go to church now. Okay. And then ends at about 7:30 so they can take down the stage and all that when it's still a little light out. But over 40 acts, it'll be huge.
That's on the card you gave me, right?
Yes, it's on the card I gave you. Okay.
Yeah. It'll be huge. And there's parking right there at the festival. And if the parking lot fills up, we're going to have buses that are going to take people from the festival to wherever their hotel is, if they're staying in a hotel or auxiliary parking lots. We're going to have buses going around taking people. So if you got any listeners on the internet from out of town and they're coming, come on down, leave the driving to us. You can take the Metro there, get off at Riverside. We'll have a bus waiting to pick you up at the train. We're going to make this thing happen. We want to make sure everybody comes out for Tomiko's birthday.
I know, right? I want to make sure everybody come out for this first annual Blues Fest. We need as many things as possible, as many shows, festivals, events for the blues. We've got to do everything we can to keep the blues alive. So this festival is very important to me. Very important to me. I'm quite sure it's as important to these folks as well because they're the ones that's bagging this festival. But to me, it's just the opportunity to do something remarkable. Follow in my grandfather's footsteps. Do something that will really improve the blues world, and having another festival and creating pay and salaries for my fellow blues musicians. I couldn't think of nothing better to do.
Yeah, and we've got blues royalty there with the Dixon family,
the
Guy family, the Taylor family. Who else?
Then you got the Queen of the Blues, Nellie Travis.
Oh yeah, Nellie, Tiger Travis.
You got the Bell family.
The Bell family. There you go. How's a tiger going to get along in lions?
You so silly. That is so
now
funny.
Let's see. The tigers, lions, and tigers. We need some
bears.
It'll be football season. So we got it. Lions, tigers, and bears.
Nellie is not here to defend herself right now, but she is down south working on her new album that she's recording out of B.B. King's studio down there. So I already know she's going to come back with something platinum because she always do.
That's good. All right, here we go with some more music here on Classic Blues and R&B. My man got it all ready to go. You ready, Slick? All right, I love it when you throw the finger up, the thumb up, not the finger. You listen to the Classic Blues and R&B here on WVON 1690 AM.
a 2 plus 4. The way you love me, girl, you know I'm on board. You come on, oh baby, don't you wanna go back to the same old place, a sweet home, Chicago. Back to the same old
WBON, handshaking, back slapping, baby kissing, flag waving, soul loving, wow!
You're listening to classic blues and R&B with Sir Henry.
You want to know about these here blues? Well, the blues are the true facts of life expressed in word and song. I mean, everything in this world has had the blues. I don't care if you're a man, woman, boy, or girl. If you've lived, oh yeah, you've definitely had the blues. And why you wonder why? Well, it's just that simple. I'm the granddaughter of these blues.
Miss Tomika. Miss Tomiko Dixon.
Killing it.
Yeah, she was doing her thing. She thought she did all right on that. That was her granddaddy's song, too. She done stole. Now, she didn't steal it. She got permission
Hey,
from
I
her.
got to keep the blues alive. You know?
Okay.
I got to keep the blues alive, so.
Yeah, you also heard the old timekeeper here, Mr. Merle Perkins, and he said, "Sweet home Chicago." He thought he was getting down too. Boy, he said, "Hey, I'm going. I'm going to Chicago." He left Kansas City. Yeah, you had something you want to talk about.
Yeah, I like to it's an honor to be here on WBON. As I think I'm the first drummer that's ever been on this radio station. I came here in 1964, and WBON was a station to listen to. I used to listen to it all the time, but I never knew that I think I'm the first drummer that this has ever happened for, and this is like a history within itself. Mm-hmm. This is one of the oldest Afro-American radio stations in Chicagoland. Keeping the blues alive.
Keeping it alive with Sir Henry Cheatham.
Don't forget that. Now, y'all make sure that I ain't dead yet. You know, make sure y'all remember that I'm keeping it alive. Yeah, Shamika, we got somebody on the phone who want to chat with you.
Oh, we do?
Oh yeah, bring him in, Gerald. All right, talk to him. Hello there, sir. How you doing?
All right. This is Keith. How y'all doing?
Hey,
this
Keith.
is Keith Hudson. Hey, Keith. So we. I just text him on the phone like I'm in the studio with Merle, and he's never heard you play guitar or any other instruments besides drums. And I'm like, he's in here freaking out because he's never heard you play any other instruments. So here's your friend Keith, Merle.
Yeah, what's up, Keith, man?
What's up, Merle?
Man, why you didn't tell me you play all them other instruments?
Man, I was just back there listening when I played with Johnny Down and
Well, you know we all.
And Buddy and everybody, man, they thought I wasn't watching their hand. I'm watching that hand and studying. I was studying. I was at home. I was doing homework.
I hear that, man, and it paid off, too.
Yes,
Yeah.
I got more coming, too, man. I got more coming. I got plenty of blues to share, trust me. Everybody, ain't you heard the news? The whole world got the blues.
You better know it. Hey, Keith, I said, well, listen. I said, well, that's Keith. I said, this is me and Keith Hudson. He said, Keith Hudson. I said, yeah. I said, Keith was a one-man band. He said, one-man band. He said, well, what did he play? I said, he played everything. He's a one-man band.
Yeah, I learned bass. I learned bass.
You know, it's kind of, when you tell people that, they like, yeah, okay, whatever. Is this some electronic? No, he actually played everything himself.
Played every instrument. That's right.
Yeah, because you know what? First of all, when I first came into the business, everybody shunned me, and they turned their nose up. They didn't want to let me in, didn't want to let me on the stage or nothing. So me and Keith, we had to cuddle away on the back porch and push out hits. And that's what we had to do until I got recognized among the blues community.
Well, you know, man, Keith, we played with some of the same people way back in the early 70s. Johnny Dollar, late Johnny Jada.
That's right.
What was the bass player's name where he had started singing?
Willie Kent?
No, not him. He played bass. I just said his name, man. I didn't play with so many people. I can't remember everybody's name.
Singing bass player.
Yeah, he and then he quit playing bass and started singing.
Killer Ray Allison? No.
I think I know what you're talking about. Stop playing bass and started singing.
Me too.
Yeah.
Who was that?
Leon
McNeil. Oh,
McNeil.
No. Now, Leon McNeil, I've been doing Leon.
Yeah, you know, he was playing bass, he used to play behind him, and then he started singing up front.
Mm-hmm.
Last gig I did with him was in Peoria, Illinois, and he got 6 tickets.
Yeah, I knew Leon when I met Leon McNeil. I was just about 15 years old, and he was going with this girl, Glenda, behind us, and that's how I met him. And they gave me the first gig that I played. I was about 15. I only think I was 15 years old. I played with Hound Dog Taylor. Yeah, that's it. We started breaking in early, man. We just came on in there. and started playing with some everybody, Diaz and Junior and everybody else that was out there. Everybody else that was on the blues circuit. We just got up there and played with them, man. We got played with some of the greatest people that ever played some blues.
Well, I'm very proud of you, man, because it took me by surprise, man. I had no idea that you played those other instruments and stuff, man. And it's a struggle just playing one instrument.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, was going on, man. Then Johnny B, I played bass from Johnny B.
Okay.
B, I just started watching guitar and playing guitar. I had a friend of mine that played. He's dead about a year or so now. He played just like Jimi Hendrix, man. The man was just awesome. And I just, he used to be around. And then WVON, and just laying on the floor listening to my mother's blues collection and records and stuff as a child was totally inspirational. I mean, WVON, and even to the day when I hear Father Open Our Eyes, I think it's WVON is the voice of the Negro. Yes, we were very, very fortunate to some of the greatest people, even like the Rub Devils with Richard Steele. That's my main man. Right? And Herb Kent, oh man, the greats that came out of it. And they just ran it like a factory, man. I mean, it was just beautiful. What we once had coming out the radio station. It's still coming out, but I think the community was a little bit more together, and we were a little bit less what's going on today with the violence and everything. We were more. It's what's in the hearts of the people, and as the hearts of the people got more corrupt, we just going spiraling into self-destruction. I wish we could. Find out and understand that we are truly a blessed people. If we could just go back and understand how beautiful we once were upon this planet, and so we can obtain this, but it's about what's in our hearts and our minds, and the hearts and the mind have become tainted with this world. So it's just time for us to wake up.
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah.
Wake up. So, Merle, man, hey, man, I see you. We getting old, right? You got to turn 62 years old, man.
But me and you, we got the same idol drummer, Billy Cobham. When you play the same side, Billy Cobham's been my idol for decades. Actually, he's going to be.
I got a chance to meet him once before Guitar Center turned. It was just music, and Billy Cobham and George Duke was at. I got a chance to talk to old Billy, man. That was all right. And George Duke, I was like I say, sometimes we rub elbows with some of the greatest people, man. Some of the greatest.
Well, actually, August the 10th at Mortars on Lincoln Avenue, Billy Cobham is going to be there. I'll be there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Billy again.
Check him out, man.
To be able to play like that, man.
I'll make sure I give Merle your number, Keith.
Yeah, make sure we can talking in depth and I was talking to Eddie Sykes and a whole bunch of cats that are still here. I think we should just sit around and we should write a book, man.
So
that's what I'm saying, man. Let's get together, man. Let's get together and put our exploits together about the ventures that we had in music, what we did. And so it was all the fun we had, all the good times, the behind the scenes things that people don't know, So that's what we need to do. So, hey, get my number from Tomiko and stay in touch, bro. And as well as WVON, you are the greatest radio station in the world.
Well, I want to thank you very much for those kind words, Keith, and want to thank you for calling in and sharing a little bit of your knowledge of this industry. Okay, and thank you very much. We'll talk to you later on, okay?
Okay.
All right, Keith, love.
Yeah.
All
right. We're getting ready to wrap this thing up here. You want to say something else about the festival before we go? And
you can look us up, go to the website. You can buy tickets online. It's $10 for a weekend pass. You got to pay a little bit to park, but nothing like parking downtown.
Chicago, huh?
Yeah. And
we have the VIP.
Yeah, we got VIP passes.
Yeah.
That's $80 for the weekend, and you get food and beer or water or beverages for free for $80. You get premier seating in a tent, free parking. And I just can't wait to have this show happen. It's going to be so much fun. It's been great fun planning it. And, it's a lot of room for a lot of people to come out and enjoy themselves. and listen to some great music. Have a good time with your family and your friends and your neighbors and your loved ones.
Sounds good to me. All right, Brother Merle, what you want to say something before we get ready to get out of here?
If anybody is in the Wisconsin area on the 4th of August, I'll be at this place called the Studio Winery, which is in Lake Geneva, and I'll be the guy that owns the place. Don't have to carry no drums. He the one that called me to do a gig while I was opening, and the name of the band is called Hobos. So I'll be doing that. It start at 4 o'clock, I think 4 to 8, and then on the 11th I'll be playing in Waukegan, a festival on the lakefront with a band. I don't know the name, but the guy just called me for it, and we've got to have a rehearsal for it. And then also August 25th. In LaSalle, Illinois, from 6 to 9, I'll be playing with my band, Merle Perkins and the Percolators, called Steakhouse Barbecue Joint, Barbecue and Blues.
There you go. You got to add some beer to it. Nothing wrong with that. A little Kool-Aid in the beer.
Yeah.
Lemonade. So I'm a Southerner, so I got to have my sweet tea. Sweet tea. All right, Tomiko, you got anything else to say? We've got about 30 seconds left.
Yeah, just refreshing. That's the Windy City Blues Festival, the first annual Windy City Blues Festival. That's September the 22nd. You can check us out at windycitybluesfest.org. Also, for all you artists and record labels and different musicians, if you're out there and you're not receiving your sound exchange royalties or your online royalties, performance rights royalties, make sure you give us a call at JB Ross Royalty Retrieval, 312-633-9000. And you can find me on Facebook or just TomikoDixon.com. We are here to help. We're keeping the blues alive, you guys. Long live the blues.
Thank you very much. Folks, I want you to remember, as I always say, ignorance is the most costly crop that any community can produce, and we are producing quite a bit of it. When you don't know that Puerto Rico citizens are part of the United States, they're entitled to all rights and privileges. Remember that, folks. Hawaii is also part of the United States, as well as Alaska, okay? They may be welfare states. Puerto Rico, if he became a state, it'll become a welfare state, too. But I think before that, Washington, D.C. will be. Adios.